Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Kerala is ranked at the top among states when it comes to social development indices, but had several challenges in becoming an industrialized state, unlike its neighboring Tamil Nadu or Karnataka. One major factor has been the limitations of the land itself, as CM Pinarayi Vijayan highlighted at this forum in his keynote speech yesterday, where only 30% of the land is available for human use. Kerala also had a troubled past with trade unions too. But a lot of things are changing within the state. To hear more about this and discuss some of the opportunities as well as challenges the state is facing, we have an eminent panel here comprising Mr. P. Rajeev, the Minister of Industries, Law and Coir, Government of Kerala, Mr. Rajesh Jha, MD and CEO of Vizhinjam Port, and Mr. S.N. Raghuchandran Nair, he is the President of the Trivandrum Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Let me come to Mr. Rajeev first. Kerala had seen some unprecedented challenges in the recent past, starting with the 2018 devastating floods, followed by the pandemic. After that, there are certain policies you have initiated, especially the Rejuvenating Kerala, and as well as the recent Year of Enterprises initiative, etc. Are these sufficient enough to change the perception about Kerala as a non-industry friendly state?
Thank you, Arun. Actually, this propaganda is far away from the reality. But we have certain limitations. This presumption, yes, it was there. But I think now it has been changed. That is true, you have mentioned about the difficulties we have faced in the recent past. That is 2 floods, thereafter 1 pandemic. And also in addition to that, the constraints from the union government with regard to the financial support and borrowing limits. After recognizing these objective realities in the state of Kerala, we have adopted a new plan. Kerala model is well known for its advantages in the social service sector, education and healthcare. But we could recognize some limitations for Kerala model of development. That is stagnation in the primary and secondary sector, that is agriculture and industrial sector, and also infrastructure development. The last government has taken that responsibility to strengthen the advantages of Kerala model, that is quality education, quality healthcare, in addition to strengthen the infrastructure and also improve the agriculture and industrial sector of the state of Kerala. Then now we have improved our position in ease of doing business. Earlier it was 29th. In 1 year, we could improve our position from 28th to 15th in this year. But that is true, the most of the media in the state of Kerala is looking for negativity. This is not a big news. We could achieve this 28th to 15th in a year. That is not a big news in the state of Kerala. If you fall to 29th from 28th, then it would be a big debating, breaking news for several days. That is the normal nature of the Kerala media. And in addition to that, the economic growth of the state of Kerala, that is 12%, 17.3% of the industrial growth rate. That is first time in the recent history. The significant feature is, out of this, 18.9% is the contribution of manufacturing sector, the industrial sector. Kerala is well known for the service sector. Manufacturing sector, we are below 5 or 6%, but this year we could contribute 18.9% in the manufacturing sector. You have correctly mentioned about the Year of Enterprises. You have quoted our Chief Minister, the limitation of land. That is a major issue, land scarcity. We have only 1.1% of the land of the country. One side belongs to Western Gate regulation. Other side belongs to CRZ regulation. In between, wetland regulation. The recent Supreme Court judgment, thanks to the new judgment, it has been made some alteration to the earlier judgment. According to that judgment, High Court of Kerala, that is in the metro city of the state, that Kochi, that is in the eco zone of the one Mangalavanam is there. That is the reality. Then big industries are not suitable for state of Kerala. But we have a big advantage, that is availability of highly skilled human resources. Then we have decided to observe the last financial year as a year of enterprises. Our target was to establish 1 lakh enterprises in a financial year. We could achieve that goal within 245 days, micro, small and medium enterprises. And 1,39,000 new enterprises were registered in the last financial year. One interesting factor is, out of these 1,39,000 new MSMEs, 45,000 entrepreneurs are women entrepreneurs and 17 are transgenders. This is a good achievement for state of Kerala. Recently, Prime Minister has recognized this is one of the model in MSME sector.
How many of these are in manufacturing? Is it mostly manufacturing or services?
No, as per the definition, trade also included in this. But manufacturing sector, due to this, we could achieve the 89.9% of the contribution in the manufacturing sector. Around 35 or 36,000 are in food processing sector. And also some industries in the electronic sector and IT sector also.
Okay. Okay, so we'll come in detail there. Despite the fact that, Kerala does not have a great track record so far as far as being industry friendly, I mean, it could be a matter of perception also, like you said, but the fact remains that, there are large corporates have shied away from investing here, but the Adani Group has made it possible that, such a large investment could be done, and the Vizhinjam port, which is going to be one of the largest transshipment ports in the world. Mr. Rajesh, you would have a lot of experience dealing with the government and taking this forward. And it would have been not easy because so many challenges from various sides, including the pandemic. If you can just briefly give an idea of the experience you went through.
Thank you, Arun. Let me first thank India Today to bring the South Conclave to Trivandrum. It is a lovely decision. And I really thank you for this, because Trivandrum is a happening city. Not only you see this port, in fact, one small incident comes to my mind. Initially, during the announcement, it was said Vizhinjam. Then Arun spelled it right. And when I was coming to take charge, say around 4 or 5 years back, so I was asked to by my fellow passenger as to what responsibility I'll be taking. I said, I'm here to do Vizhinjam project. He said, the day you will be able to pronounce Vizhinjam properly, you'll be able to complete the project. And I hope I am able to pronounce it properly. Coming to the question specifically, yes, it is a mega project. And any mega project, by the very nature of the mega project, it is a long gestation project. It takes 4 to 5 years because there is so many jobs to do. And let me tell you that our journey has not been simple. We got impacted by practically everything that could impact us. 2017 November, we got impacted by Cyclone Oki. 2018, it was by super flood, once in 100 years. 2019, again it was a very severe flood, and 2020, mother of all problems, pandemic struck us. In spite of that, if we are talking about completion of the port, this September end, the vessel will be coming. In fact, Honorable Minister Rajeev came last month. It cannot happen without the very active involvement and support of the state government. Let me tell you, I have done projects in many states, Odisha, Jharkhand, Bihar, Chhattisgarh, Bengal. We have a Minister of Ports who comes every month to the site and reviews the project. In fact, this simple action of spending 1 hour at the project site goes a long way in pushing the confidence of the people who are doing the project. So that is the kind of support that we are getting. And this project, we are very fortunate that we are getting support from central government in terms of VGF, in terms of outer ring road, the state government in terms of land acquisition and pushing up all the approvals. So it is a very happy experience for us.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great to hear that story from you. Let me bring in Mr. Raghushandran, because you have been very actively involved, liaising with a lot of entrepreneurs and with the government as far as investment is concerned. What do you think are still the major challenges that the state faces?
Thank you, India Today, and thanks for hosting your South Conference in Trivandrum. Welcome to Trivandrum. The fundamental thing I think we need to really know what Kerala is. Kerala is only 96 lakh acres. The state is only 96 lakh acres. 32% is forest. 30% is ecologically fragile properties. We are God's own country, so we have the coast, we have the river. 590 kilometers is the coastline, CRZ. 44 rivers, average length 64 kilometers. 2,810 kilometers is CRZ on either side. We have the backwaters, 1,950 kilometers, again CRZ. 1,75,000 kilometers of road network. Then you have 1,050 kilometers of railway network. Then you have developed cities. In fact, Kerala is overall developed, if you see. From 96 lakh acres, if you start discounting all this, today Kerala has almost less than 12 lakh acres for development, which means land is a very big issue here. This is where the government is trying to find a solution. Now, we also suffer we are victim of perception of our reputation, because there is a perception that nothing happens in Kerala, and there's a perception that the reputation is suffered because of that. That basically because Kerala has to do a lot of PR exercise to bring it back, which they have been doing. But here, over the period of time, maybe it's a blessing in disguise, we don't have polluting industries here. Because of the various situations, maybe because of there's a feeling that there's a union militancy and all that, but that is no more there. And also regarding the ease of doing business, which the Kerala government has now stepped in, and we have done well, and today we have come up from 20th rank to the 15th rank. But here, the challenge here is that to bring people, we have to bring only industries which can perform well in Kerala, which requires talent and resources. And here the talent comes, we have ample talent in Kerala. So the industries which can do well in Kerala is basically tourism, healthcare, you have education, you have knowledge, IT, and other related industries. Now these industries have started slowly coming in big way. So in Trivandrum, for example, we have been able to sell Trivandrum, because this being a capital city of the state, and we have brought in all the southern districts together, like Coir, Pathanamthitta. We have been able to bring and sell this place, that so much so that we have multinational investments coming in, and major brands coming and investing. And the best example is the Adanis, which has come in a large way to invest in the port and also in the airport. Now the airport is also now on the verge of takeoff, because new master plans have come, new things are happening, new flights are coming, new connectivity is coming, everything is coming. So this is one area. The other area which is coming is we have brands like Lulu coming in with a big mall, and also like a hotel like Hyatt. So all this adds to that confidence that investors can daringly come and invest in Kerala. There's nothing there's to be fearful. And like the minister said, the MSME, the response to the MSME thing was fantastic. They had a target only 1 lakh. They crossed that target and exceeded the target in the big numbers.
Okay, so are you trying to say that the ease of doing business has really improved? Is that, I mean, when an entrepreneur approaches the government, for setting up an investment and for an enterprise, what is the experience? Has it improved from the past?
Pardon?
The experience has improved from the past?
They have improved very fast, because there are a lot of services available online now. What is left now is only the one in the final stage is K-Smart, where all the construction permits will be coming online. See, that permits are expected to be given in 30 days. And in case you don't get the permit in 30 days, it will be considered as deemed permit, and you'll get it sanctioned by the system itself, which means there's no human intervention at all.
Okay, great. I want to come to you, Minister, with another point that is generally being discussed at a time when the center has gone in for divestment in certain loss-making, or rather not only loss-making, but rather it's a stated policy to get out of, governance of these kind of enterprises, or ownership of these enterprises rather. Kerala state has been trying to revive some of these units. For instance, the Kerala paper products and the FACT, etc., etc. Can you just give us an idea of how the turnaround has happened, in very briefly, so that maybe it could be a model for other states?
Before that, I would like to add some points with regard to the ease of doing business. Actually, we have taken several legislative steps to streamlining the licensing process, simplifying the procedures, and speedy readdressal mechanism. Anybody can start an industry in the state of Kerala without any licenses for 3 years if the investment is up to 500 million Indian rupees. And if the investment is above 500 million Indian rupees, then all licenses, that is a composite license, should be given within 7 days after submitting the application with all relevant documents. And recently our Legislative Assembly had adopted a new act, that is a constitution of a statutory grievance address mechanism. If you have a grievances with regard to starting an industry or running an industry, you can approach district level and state level statutory grievance address committee. This is a committee, the composition consists of the head of all departments. Actually, I am the industry minister, but I have no authority to give any license to any industry in the state of Kerala. It is with LST, fire and health, factories and boilers, not under my control. But this committee has the right to take any decision with regard to address these grievances. It should be bind to all officials irrespective of the departments which they belongs to. They should take the decision within 30 days after receiving the complaint, and the officer should implement this decision within 15 days. The failure in implementing this decision in the stipulated time, this authority has a right to penalize the officer up to 10,000 of rupees, and also to recommend department disciplinary action. These steps we have taken, and we have also adopted K-SIFT, which Mr. Rajeev has mentioned. And in addition to that, we have a KSIS, that is Kerala Centralized Inspection System. The software has decided which enterprises to be inspected and who is to delegated to inspect that enterprises. And the report of the inspection should be uploaded to the website, available in the public domain within 48 hours after the inspection. These are some steps we have taken to streamlining the licensing process. And you have mentioned about the de-investment policy of the union government. I am using the union government. In the constitution, there is no mentioning of central government, only union government. Their policy is to disinvestment. They have decided to disinvestment HNL and one other company, Hindustan Paper Corporation in Assam, at the same time. 105 employees died in Assam paper mill after the closure. Kerala government had expressed its willingness to take over this central PSU, but union government had not agreed for that. Then we had participated in the bidding process and we got it. We had established a new company, KPPL, and now 23 newspapers in the country are utilizing the newsprint produced by state-owned KPPL. That is a great history to regenerating these public sector industries.
Great. Mr. Rajesh Jha, if you could just give us an idea, because not many people who look at Kerala from outside, would have, they would have certain concerns about labor unrest, and especially when you're doing a large project like this, the issue of, the locals, which, the protest from the locals which you have experienced. Could you let us know, I mean, how you tackled some of those issues? Because, you know, that could become a lesson for a lot of entrepreneurs who are looking at, you know, states like Kerala.
Yeah, these issues, protests are there everywhere, whole of country. Nothing unique to Kerala. But yes, this is also there in Kerala. In fact, recently we were impacted by one agitation by some motivated groups. How do we tackle that? I think it is a teamwork between Kerala government, us, the administration, and the high point of this is Honorable Chief Minister making a statement on the floor of the House that if you're talking about any other demand, yes, we are willing to discuss and we are willing to do it. But if you're talking about the stoppage of construction, we can't discuss. That is the kind of support once you get, then practically as a team you can solve any problem.
Could you also tell us about the progress of the project and, you know, when you can actually see it into business, the port? The progress of the port as far as the construction activities, etc.?
The crane which is supposed to come by September end, and the first phase, which is 800 meters length of berth and practically 3,000 meters of breakwater, that should be ready by May 2024. So the first step with the equipment is coming by September end. Actually, we would love to bring it during Onam, but it has to depend on the weather condition, because you have to understand that each equipment, each crane is 100 meters height, 75 meter boom length and 1600 tons in weight. So it is very sensitive to the weather condition. So we have to, God permitting, yes, we would like to do it during Onam.
And what is the kind of capacity as far as how many containers you can handle, if you can just give an idea of the size of the project?
So first phase, the capacity is 1 million TEU, which is expandable to 1.6 million TEU. The final phase, as I said, that from 800 meter of jetty, it will go to 2,000 meters, and the breakwater will go from 3,000 meters to 4,000 meters, and the final capacity will be something like 3 million TEU to 4 million TEU, depending on the type of vessel, type of container, the type of handling capacity, our efficiency, and we think that we should be able to handle 4 million TEU in the final phase.
Wonderful. Mr. Raghunandan, you know, backstage you were talking to me about decentralizing this model. Like you talk about development of Trivandrum. I mean, as far as the city is concerned, you have a particular group which sort of presses on key issues. Having that model, you know, various other. Can you just talk about that decentralized model you have proposed?
See, under the Chamber of Commerce, we thought that just assisting the traders and our community, we should go beyond that. So we felt that, you know, we must have, in fact, the capital city or the state capital, we don't have godfathers to take us forward. It is only an initiative of all the public. So we got all the public. So what we decided, we brought all the people, the associations under a body called Awake Trivandrum. Under Awake Trivandrum, we have about more than 100 people working with us, the retired people, youngsters. So we started listing, because that was the COVID time. So we started finding out what are the projects coming up in Trivandrum. And we listed out 125 projects. And while listing it out, we were finding out the government funding, the state funding, PPP and all that. And while we came up with the figures, it was mind-boggling. We have about 32,000 crores of work happening in Trivandrum, of which 22,000 crores of work is happening in Dr. Shashi Tharoor's constituency. 9,000 crores is happening in Adur Prakash's constituency. And out of all this, the constituency-wise, if you look at it, 9,400 crores of work is happening in Kovalam constituency, where the port is coming. And the next growth center in Trivandrum will be the Karkutam constituency with 4,800 crores. Trivandrum constituency with about 2,400 crores. The Nemang constituency 1,900, Narvangar constituency 1,900. So we have listed out and we keep track. So our job was, we have told our guys that our job is not to expose corruption and our job is not to find fault with the officials. So we just go across and untie the red tapeism in the system. So we go to each office, meet the concerned officer, make him understand and untie that thing and get it moved so that our local MLAs, 14 MLAs are in the picture, our MPs are in the picture, the ministers are in the picture. We have 3 ministers from Trivandrum, which is in the cabinet. So through them, we have been working and the system is working very well and we've been able to entice more and more people to come and invest in Trivandrum. We held the Trivandrum Airline Summit, by calling all the CEOs of the airlines in the country and abroad and brought them here and said why you should connect Trivandrum. Which from 34 flights which we had earlier, now the flights have gone up to 84 flights per day. We are planning to touch 100 in the next 2 months. So like that we were bringing in connectivity because connectivity is important, because job is important. At the same time, being in the construction sector, I need to tell you that the migrant laborers or we call them guest laborers in Kerala, we have about 35, almost about 25 lakh of them working. But the strange part is that we got unemployment of 22 lakhs. But the migrant labor sends out remittances from here to their native place to the tune of 35,000 crores. So we are trying to tell our people, why don't you take up the job so that this money gets rotated here. So in the process, we also say that Kerala cannot be depending on only the old way of revenue. Right. So blue economy should be the one revenue which I think Kerala government should look at it. And being a consumer state, we should be looking at circular economy. So that we being a consumer state, we should rotate our stuff and get the economy back. So that's another economy model which Kerala should look at it.
Okay, great. Finally, coming to you back, Mr. Rajeev. There was a time when a lot of youth used to leave Kerala for better jobs. You know, they go to other cities, to the Gulf, that is well known. Now we have an influx actually back from the Gulf, a return from the Gulf. But the migration to the cities continue because of the lack of jobs in the state. You have completed 2 years in office last week and 3 more years to go. What are the kind of programs that you are looking at to specifically help the youth of the state to get more employment?
It's a very relevant question, Arun. Actually, we are trying to attract more youth to start investment here, enterprises here. And also we are trying to strengthen an ecosystem. Recently, Kerala has established the first graphene incubation center of the country. That is, and in addition to that, one Kerala company is produced graphene, and also it is available in the market, the trade name Grapheno, first time in the country. And recently we have established a genome data center that would be helpful for life science industries. We have very good medical devices companies in state of Kerala. The largest blood bag manufacturer after Japan company, that is one Kerala company, it is in Thiruvananthapuram, and the largest artificial teeth manufacturing company, that is from state of Kerala. And more than 1.5 crores of the Indians had utilized one consumable developed and produced by a Kerala company for D-dimer test during the pandemic. That is one multinational company from the state of Kerala. Now we have established a Center of Excellence on Synthetic Biology at Cochin University of Science and Technology. We have established the first digital university of the country at Thiruvananthapuram. Recently, Honorable Prime Minister has laid down the stone for the first digital science park of the country at Thiruvananthapuram. We have established 3 more science parks with related to the state universities in collaboration with the foreign universities. And one innovative steps, we have decided to start campus industrial park. Recently, we have adopted a policy, private industrial park.
This is with private participation?
Yes, private industrial park, anybody can, individual or trust or a company can start at a private industrial park. We will give all facilities, same as the government industrial park. We are ready to give 3 crores of rupees for infrastructure development. And the same pattern we are adopting for campus industrial park. Higher education institutions can start industrial parks. One condition is should give priority for the industrial production of the outcome of the research of the higher education institutions. In addition to that, they can allow other industries. If the student is working in an industry which is related to the syllabi of his course, he should get 1 credit from the institution, also additional wages from this company. These are some steps we are taking to attract more students to stay back in the state of Kerala.
Okay, wonderful. In fact, in the audience today, we have quite a few startups, young budding entrepreneurs. We could see a lot of them meet Mr. Chris Gopalakrishnan, who was here, and take his advice on a lot of things. So it's heartwarming to see those kind of activities happening also on the other side. Thank you so much. We have run out of time. All the 3 gentlemen, the Minister, Mr. Jha, and Mr. Raghuchandran, for this wonderful session.
A round of applause for the speakers, please.